Fantastic rendition. We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation here on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Brett Berry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. And checking out some numbers for LaMelo Ball.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game.
We'll probably have to get, LaMelo Ball going. So I feel like we're not giving him enough touches as of late. So we're gonna, focus on getting him more involved. Other than just have me score 40, 50-point games and shit.
Well, it's really coming down to a lot of what the support staff can do for your team. Physically, you want to be in the best condition you can. So are you getting your massages? Are you taking care of your treatments? Are you getting in the weight room to make sure your body is not atrophying in any way? You keep that strength that you put on in the off season. All these little things add up to you maintaining a level of performance and consistency that your teammates and yourself can rely on.
Shots good by Miller.
Enjoying first blood. No coach likes that momentum out of the game.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Now, here's Payne. Who's jealous? No one around him. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitive.
Both teams finding ways to the 3-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Miller. Charlotte moving it
Come on,
around.
LaMelo, hit it up, bro.
Outside ball. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Ball shooting for
We gotta,
textbook, but all that matters.
we gotta get LaMelo Ball going.
Kumbo kicks to Clark.
Because he's just, he's been off for the last 5 games. He's only averaging 12 points per game in the last 5 games.
Back to Black. 6 to shoot.
So we've gotta
Shoots over ball.
make him
Hornets
we've
with
gotta
the
make him
rebound.
do better than
Milwaukee
that.
last time they faced the Bucks. They came away with the win.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
And the interesting part was they kept firing away in that game, but the defense didn't make much of an adjustment.
Pass to MP. Takes the 3. Rosales grabs the board. Down his high post. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Ball. Tries to save it. Miller outside. Over Clark. Miller, no up.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Into the Kumbo inside. Covered by Miller. Outside, Bain. And the Bucks miss again.
It's close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Get up, LaMelo. Two ball brothers can fly.
Bucks trail by 4. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Caught up with Coach Charles Lee. Desmond Bain was the topic, and Coach was effusive with his praise. He said Bain is a great catch-and-shoot guy, but he'll find ways to contribute no matter what. He also said Bain is hard to game plan for, but they'll do their best not to let him get in the rhythm. They will have their hands full tonight.
Thanks, David. 2 points. That one goes.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they shot the basketball.
And the timeout call here by Tyronn Lue. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with this team.
or so games, he has been remarkable. How about 43 points per, 12 assists and over 3.5 steals. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
I feel like those rebounds are wearing down and eroding the opponent. His effort right now, physically and mentally, has been good.
Here's Bruzelis.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
And Miller throws it down home.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
So it's the Bucks now. To the basket by Charlotte. Buries the long-range jumper.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but they're not going to want to leave open.
Now, here's Ball. What a tremendous game he played against Cleveland. Ford passes the ball. Here's the 3. Ball pulls it in. Bucks trail by 5. And Brett, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively, but how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo? You can say this about any team, but for MP's team, making free throws is always key.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Clark with it. Nothing on the board. Pass to Bruzelis. No good on the 3. Hornets lead by 7. MP with it. Outguarded by Giannis. Picks it up to MP. And that one stuck right through.
But when you have someone like MP who understands the offense and plays unselfish basketball, that's a huge advantage.
Giannis dishes to Clark. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, the defender all over.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. For Charlotte, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting well. And there's the bucket from MP.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Bain with the screen on Ball. Pass to Bain. Over MP. And they pick up 2. Bain's got 5.
Well, recognizing the size mismatch and then turns it into an easy basket there. They've got to do a better job with defensive help.
Now, here is Miller. 5 points in the game. Count that one. Ball's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
He's knocking down most everything, guys. 3 of 4 here.
Bucks trail by 10. Now, here's Payne. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Miami. To the paint. And slam dunk by Clark.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Ball, the pass to MP. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Ball, no good.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but quite plenty of room. I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And now, a developing story in the NBA. Let's now go live to Shams Charania, who is checking in with the details. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Hey, Kevin. With the time winding down before the trade deadline, it's the Chicago Bulls making the noise. They have been looking to make a deal for DeJounte Murray and finally pulled it off. I'm told his scoring and his ability to pester ball handlers made him very appealing to this team. Their hope is that he'll be a natural fit in the lineup.
Thank you so much, John. We sure appreciate the update. And it's the Hornets with the ball, following the three by Milwaukee. Ball with the bucket.
He has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Antetokounmpo finds Payne. Kicks it out to Giannis. And he carries it back. The three-pointer offline.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game. Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area, just dominating, controlling this one. But even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. That's a bad miscue. You can't give up looks like that all game long.
Now, here's MP. 32 points for him last game against Cleveland.
And we got to talk about his forced skills on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Clark. Tipped away. Stolen by Ball. Pass to Salone. Charlotte shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. First free throw is good. Cleveland players and coaches complain, Brett, that the rules are too skewed in favor of the offense. You think that's true?
Well, Kevin, offense sells, and the fact that we've talked about how the league has increased pace, you don't really even have time to play defense in today's game. The one thing that I do like is that the league has allowed for some variance and some zone defense to start to be employed. So tactically, coaches are trying to throw different strategies out there, but man to man, it's hard.
And Teron Lue calls timeout. Looking for a breather. And maybe just one or two things to talk about. Now see who the league's top scorers are. MB is number one.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough or what? What a season.
Here's Black, covered by MP.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against Cleveland was phenomenal. He scored 32 points and he did what he does best. He shared the ball and looked to get his guys going throughout the game. And those are big numbers he put up. Hard to match. And he'll be aiming high again tonight. Back to you guys.
And David, he was in attack mode all night long. GA really propelled them to that win.
He is on, and there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
Sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
Wagner's checked in for the Bucks. Bucks trail by 18. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Takes it inside. Shots good by Servetus.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really
5 points so far.
You can't just stop when there's a big setup. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And that one's good by Porter.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Pass to Black. Fires the three. It doesn't go for him.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Bucks trail by 20. Tries from 16, and it's MV with the rebound. MV's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Oh, come on.
Trying for it. Stolen.
Oh my god, that was going to go straight to Salon, but
Here's Servetus.
it almost went out of pinouts.
Goes.
Traditionally,
Yeah.
that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Daniels. He has yet to score. MV takes the quarter. Good. He missed. This goes to MV. MV's got 4 assists in the game. 52 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Abdur passes to Black. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Zorn's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Now, here's MP. 14 points for him. Launches it. The shot misses.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
So the Bucks have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. And he knocks down the first one. That one is no good. Hornets lead by 20. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Here's Black. Pass to Smith. Gets the 3-point bomb.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
And guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just hitting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
I wonder if pace and playing fast is something that they're being encouraged to do. But right now, they feel like the faster team.
All out there with MP. Then there's Brandon Miller. Then it's Porter. And it's Ford in at the pivot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. And the foul called on MP. And it's his first foul of the game. Milwaukee making a switch. Marshall's checked in. Here's Black, covered by MP. Smith with a screen on ball. Servetus, no good.
Where you'll see him with such an open look.
Miller right side. There's the screen. Outside Porter. To the wing on the left. Kicks it out to MP. Shot clock at 5. There's Ball with the 3. Good. He missed. This goes to MP. MP's got his 5th assist in this one. Milwaukee has gone 0-2 from deep in the zone. Servetus passes to Black. And the basket is good. Black's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Great use of the bounce pass. Thumbs down on that one. Tough to defend against.
Ball sets a screen for Porter from downtown. A rebound by the Bucks. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another. Really the story of the game.
It felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
Here's Miller following the three by Milwaukee. Back to MP. Outside ball. This one for three. Drains the three-pointer. Ball's got 17 now.
And Ball continues to show he can drain threes. The defense must adjust, but he is going to keep doing that.
Here's Black. 10 points for him. Smith with a screen on MP. And stolen by MP. Driving to the basket. Black grabs the board. Bucks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Zervitas. MP grabs the miss. MP's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Intercepted. Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's Zervitas. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Now here's Miller. 8 points for him. MP finds ball. Shoots. No problem on the jumper and close. Ball's got 19 points.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper.
Here's Zervitas. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Heat in Miami. And he banks in the layup. 12 points for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Charlotte moving the ball around. Outside ball. Pass to Porter. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, he is in the zone right now on offense, guys, building off that efficient first quarter.
Here's Zervitas. He's got 6. Down low. Here's Marshall. Misses the lane.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Well, you combine the focus with the balance and MP not allowing the defense to throw him off his game.
Here's Zervitas. Following the basket by MP. Like the pass to Zervitas. Smith with it. Pass to Black. Clock at 4. Lets it go from deep. Smith, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for the defense should have done more on that last play.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
Substitution for Milwaukee. Landon Desmond Bain.
And it's ball in the corner. Rebounded by the Bucks. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 ranked player in high school, but a back injury changed things. He said, my potential may look different now, but as long as I can truly say with what I had, I gave it my all, that's all that success should be defined by. Kevin, he grounds himself in gratitude and the work he's put in.
HDA, he is a worker and living the dream. Here's Ball. Takes it off the glass. Ball's got 10 points in the quarter.
LaMelo using that body control there, making the play off contact.
Clark, a screen on Ball. And the officials have called the illegal screen right there. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
With the voting as it is now, it looks like he'll miss out on a spot in the starting lineup for the East.
Yeah, not even in the top 10, but it shouldn't take away from what he's done this year. It's been a very good season for him.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting. And an 8-3 from MP. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Well, MP with fingerprints all over this one, just dominating in effortless fashion right now.
Pass to Bain. Here's Here's Buzelis, covered by Miller.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
That one goes. Tony. Miller's got 10 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Giannis outside. Can they get it? And it's Ford with the rebound. Charlotte has gone 4 of 6 from long range in the second quarter. Solid shooting. Porter, no luck.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
Dane for 3. Offensive rebound. Clark. That one misses. And the Hornets with possession here. Mitchell outside. Rebound, Milwaukee. Clark's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Here's Bain. Bangs on the trifecta. He's got 8.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now, here's MP. He's got 21. Tries it from 19. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far. Shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Here's Black. He's got 15 to the left wing. Kick out to Giannis. Over Mitchell. And yep, finally drops it, rolling around the rim. Black's got 12 now in this quarter.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Miller surveying the floor. The 19-foot shot. That's good on the jump shot. Miller's got 14 points. Bucks have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. On the wing, Bain. Clark sets a screen for Bain. Hey, Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass when you have the entire organization.
Another ball, getting it done for the Hornets. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Good evening, everybody. Can you guess what we're starting the show with? Wow, you guys are good. Time for the power rankings.
And looking at the Bucks, they're a middle-of-the-pack team. Sure, they'll get some wins, but I don't know how much more beyond that.
Seems like they're missing a key piece or two. Maybe one of their younger guys will step up down the stretch.
And getting back to our current contest, very impressive first half performance for the Hornets.
I think they've been smart in their approach, guys. I mean, finding a way to set up ready shooters. And if you don't have it, just make the extra pass.
And more often than not, the right guys are getting fed.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
Man, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play with anybody else's pace but their own.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Clark is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Black. Then there's Desmond Bain. And it's Buzelis in at the 3. Here's Giannis. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket tonight.
Yeah, Giannis has great confidence and he's playing with it here.
Here's Miller. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist.
Unwilling to let up even for
guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away.
To the inside. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bain. He's got 15.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Here's Miller. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. The Hornets shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
At the line for 2, Brandon Miller.
That free throw good from Miller. He makes 1 of 2 that time. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. On the wing, Giannis. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Bain against MP. 5 on the clock. The 17-footer. Bain, no good.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed it easy.
Yeah, you can't make a ball, and you for sure don't want him taking that kind of shot.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Here's Black. He's covered by Ball.
He's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Ball, the pass to MP. Here's Salon. Ball feeling it out a bit. 6 on the shot clock. The 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Giannis has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Outside, Bain. Clark outside. Pulls up on the elbow. A putback. Giannis on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got 6 points.
And Giannis throwing his body in there and gets rewarded.
And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Bucks have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Pass to Buzelis. A 3-pointer, no good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just gotta get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. Porter's checked in for the Hornets. Both good from the line that time. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Back to Ball. On the wing, MV. From past the arc, he makes his own shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
You can just tell that MP was in the zone on that three-point tip.
Payton for 3. It's hauled in by Michael Porter.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Nice D from Porter. Charlotte has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Tuesday, they're off to Washington to take on the Wizards. And then on Thursday, they'll head back home to host the Indiana Pacers.
And that game against Sacramento, it's going to be a battle to for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
And both free throws good for MP. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Pass to Buzelis. Back to Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And the foul called on MP. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Antetokounmpo against Porter. And he uses the glass on the way. Antetokounmpo's got 10.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because he seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Goes up on the wing, and the shot goes down. Ball's got 4 points this quarter.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
MP against Maine, and they call an illegal screen here.
Second personal foul.
And let's go quickly to the 2K leaderboard to see the ratings of the best passing two guards in basketball. MP is number 1.
And with his skill as a distributor, he's probably just as comfortable at the point guard position as he is off the ball. They need him there at times in a pinch.
He never puts himself before his teammates, we know that. And unfortunately, that's not something we can say about all the two guards in the NBA. He inspires a fantastic team-first attitude through the whole squad.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Porter looking it over. Ball with a wide open look. Good. And a nice assist from Porter. Ball's got 31.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pass to Black. Antetokounmpo kicks to Black. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Bain against him. Pulls it from the elbow. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Ford's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the middle. And finished off by Porter.
And there's an ease to Porter when he gets up vertically. Man, he can rise up and throw it down.
Milwaukee's got blank from three-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. Bain kicks to Giannis. Here's Servetus. Knocks down the 3 ball. Servetus has got 9.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
On the wing, MP. He has 28 points for the game.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from 3-point range.
Here's Clark. Black dishes to Antetokounmpo. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trends of Michael Porter Jr.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
No good on the free throw. Charlotte making some changes. Trent's checked in, and Wilkins subbed in for Miller. And the second free throw, good. Charlotte's gone 3 of 7 from 3-point range here in quarter number 3. There's a screen near the 3-point line. It's Porter, and there's another one for the Hornets.
Such a talented shooter, tough guard with Porter and his size.
Pass to Black. Now Giannis. And he gets that one to go off Giannis has got 13 points here in the second half alone. MP passes to Trent. And here's Daniels. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Giannis outside. Pass to Clark. Here's Black. And here is Antetokounmpo, guarded by Porter.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Charlotte?
No adjustments made by the other team, and they couldn't defend against the speed of this group.
Substitution on the court.
Outside Wilkins. Charlotte moving the ball around. MP left side. Here's Salon.
2 minutes remaining.
Shot clock at 6. And strong finish with 2 hands.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, you're right. Finish hard with 2 hands on that stuff. You've got MP. Also Mitchell out there. And it's Ford in at 7. So that's the Hornets 5. Pass to Black. Shoots it. And he nails the jumper. Black's got 5 points now this quarter. So it's the Hornets now. 1:36 left in the fourth. On the wing, Mitchell. Back to MP. Here's Salon. Antetokounmpo defending. And Salon gets it to go.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Charlotte.
And a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for MP.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way too.
Fires for 3. And for Hornets, another 3.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Here's Black, covered by MP. And Antetokounmpo swings it in.
Not much a defender can do against Giannis there.
They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Pass to Wilkins. MP outside. Here's Salon. The tray. No good on the shot.
Well, what's going to do it?
Inside. It's Black in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
And Giannis
So
treating
you're
the defense
winning
like a
by
magazine.
39.
Easy reading here for him.
Now, MP. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They won this game going the